couple minutes. So yeah, just please make sure you have 2 blocks and a blanket would probably be useful, whatever else you want. All right, friends. So this morning, as often we do, we'll start lying down. Then we'll get up and flow. So don't be fooled. And then we'll do our seated poses usually towards the end. So let's lay down. And I just want you to get comfy, really. So you can pick knees together, knees apart, cross legs, legs straight, whatever feels nice. But I want your tailbone untucked. So if that means you have to kind of just lift your hips an inch and then replace them, there should be a tiny little gap between the top of the sacrum and the floor. And your arms can go as wide as you like. Generally off the mat is nice. And then if you want to bend your elbows, you could keep your elbows wide and then just bring your hands onto your like frontal hip bones or your low belly. And enjoy a few breaths. And also, we've been playing this month with the idea of foundation. So I invite you to notice physically what is in contact with the ground and let that receive the support of the floor. Maybe that facilitates a deeper exhale. And then in terms of foundation in a larger sense, I invite you just to ponder for a moment, what is most important right now? So what is the foundation of what brought you to class? What is sort of just what do you want to embody in your practice? Few breaths. Okay, good. And then I'll just invite you throughout the practice to reconnect to that. So I'll give you lots of options like I always do, but let it really serve that foundational quality of intention. Like what is best for you in this moment, right here, right now. And then let's just start to move a little bit. So take your feet, so they're about as wide as your yoga mat. Turn your toes out slightly. Option to keep your arms as they are, or hold opposite elbows overhead and enjoy a few windshield wipers. And as you do that, start to engage or press down whatever's touching the floor. So the inner and outer edges of your feet, your shoulder blades, the back of the skull. And enjoy that. And then when you're ready, come back through the center, parallel your feet and legs, take your right leg towards the sky, and then flex your ankle to the outside of your left thigh. And before you go anywhere, just lift your head and take a look at your ankle and make sure there's no creases there, right? So I want it to be like really flexed and really pressing away. And then you can bring your hands behind your skull. Keep your thighs pressing to the back plane of the body or towards me the whole time. And then as you exhale, lift your shoulder blades. And if you want, add a little twist, left elbow towards right knee. And then back through the center and slowly lower down. And just a few like that. So either directly up and down or with that little bit of a twist. And see if you can pair it with your breath, exhaling when you lift and then inhaling when you lower. Yeah, good. And really let your head fall back into your hands. So you're leading from shortening your front, like closing your front ribs down in towards your pelvis. Yeah, great job, you guys. Breathing there. And then next time you lower your upper body, just slide your left leg all the way towards straight in a reclined figure 4. So the left leg can go all the way along the floor. And again, one more time, just lift your head, look down the front of the body, check out what's happening with your right ankle and your left foot. So right ankle is flexed, left toes to the sky. And now you can take your arms all the way overhead and breathe there. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale. Good, and just envision what that would feel like with support so that we can then do it in a moment when we're standing up. Last one this side, go ahead and bend your knees, same side, and hug that package into your body. You can hold your left shin or the back of your left thigh, and you can go ahead and again engage your core. Lift the shoulder blades in the back of the skull into a little round package here, breathing, stretching your hips. Smooth breath. Okay, good. And then release that. And let's just do a few windshield wipers before we do the other side. Enjoy your breathing, side to side, arms of choice. And then let's go ahead and parallel the feet and legs. Take your left leg to the sky, flex it to the outside of your right thigh. And again, just take that quick check-in. So when you look down the front of the body, your left leg is strongly flexed and there's no creases in your ankle. And then again, hands behind head as you exhale, lift, option for the twist. And then inhale, back to the ground. Yeah, a few times like that with your breath, slow and steady, keeping your left thigh pressing towards me the whole time. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, nice, slow, controlled movements. Okay, great. And the next time you come back through the center, please go ahead and just keep yourself as you are. Slide your right leg straight along the floor, heel down, toes up. You can lift your head for a moment, check out what's happening, see that your right toes are pointing directly to the sky, right thighs all the way down. And then if you want, take your arms all the way overhead and breathe there. In that position, as we take a few more breaths, really let the top of your right thigh go to the back plane and see if you can feel super long in the torso between your pelvis and your ribs. Okay, good. So that's that extended spine, long torso. And now we'll go the opposite way, right? More like a cat spine. So bend your knee, last one this side. Exhale, hug that whole thing into your body, hamstrings or shin or around the outside. And then again, hug in. Breathing there. Awesome. And then go ahead and release. Hug both knees into your body. Give them a hug. And you always your choice. You can rock side to side to meet up in tabletop, or you can rock up and down. You get to pick, right? So you can take a few rocks if it feels good, or you can rock to the side if that's better. And then we'll just swing ourselves around and meet up in a tabletop. Okay, good. Yeah, always option to put a blanket underneath your knees. So just a quick review here. So foundation in the hands, pointer fingers parallel is a good place to start. Equal spaces between the fingers. And then let's just take your left hand on top of your right one, like that, or like this is okay too. And then just rock forward and back a few times. And as you're doing that with your own hand, bring more weight out into your fingertips. So you feel like you're giving yourself an adjustment. So you can, again, try both directions. Yep, good. And let's do the other side. Left hand, pointer finger points straight ahead, hug the mat, and then use your other hand to, again, kind of take the energy out of the wrist and out into the fingertips. And any movement with the hips that feels nice. Yeah, good breathing. Awesome. So we're going to see if we can find that now on our own. Hands parallel, hug the mat, weight out in your fingertips, and then stretch your legs back into your plank pose. Breathe there. Option always to lower your knees if that's better. Yeah, good, strong planks. You guys look amazing. Yeah, head, ears, shoulders, ribs, hips, all in a line. Beautiful. Keep that weight out in your fingertips. Bend your knees, lift your heels, and lift up and back into your down dog. And just pulsing back and forth. Inhale forward to your plank. Exhale back to your downward dog. Couple times like that at your own pace, and really feel the foundation, right? The support through the balls of the feet, the fingertips. Smooth breath. Okay, good. And then next time we come back forward to our plank pose, let's pause there, hold, shift forward a little bit, lower all the way down onto your belly just this first time, but don't drop your shoulders. So just take a quick look forward. And then if your shoulders are like that, right, that creates all this tension in our neck. So roll the shoulders up and back and then widen across your collarbones. Feel your fingertips. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale as you lower. Two more like that. Keep the shoulders lifted. Inhale, rise cobra. Yeah, good. Exhale. What happened to your feet? They're part of the foundation. Inhale, rise cobra, and hold. but breathe. Yeah, wide out into your rib cage. Your toenails are hugging the mat. And then exhale, drag forward and down. Option with or without knees. Inhale, plank or half plank. Exhale, hips up and back, downward. Smooth breath. Good. And as you guys know, it's flow one, but a lot of you guys have been practicing with me for a long since we opened here, right? So I'll give you options, but I always like to set it nice and slow because every day is different. So let's do one quick puppy pose. So go ahead and lower your knees, but keep your toes curled because they're part of your foundation, right? So when you're doing that, you're giving yourself a little foot stretch. And then what I want you to do is position yourself on the mat to get your hands to your front corners. You can either turn them out a tiny bit more. Option to stay there or hold your mat. And then really press your thighs back and up and let your ears come between your biceps. Smooth. Yeah. So if at any point you want to opt out of a down dog, this is an awesome option. Breathing here. Okay, good. And then go ahead and walk your hands back. Let's just see one more flow. So adding on, you can always stay with option one, or we can add on to chaturanga. Inhale, coming back to our plank. This time you get to pick, shift forward, exhale to the ground, or halfway chaturanga. Don't drop your shoulders. Good. You can come into up dog or cobra. Awesome. And then exhale, thighs up and back. Downward facing dog. Enjoy your breath. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale. And let's again, just check in. I know we do so much down dog, but I want you to feel freedom in your spine. So let's all bend the knees generously. Lift your heels generously as well. And then you're such a happy dog. Lift your tail as high as you can to the sky. Even more. Now zip up your core, that long torso like you felt when we were lying on the floor. And if you can maintain that, then straighten your legs. Then stretch your heels back and down. But if your spine gets short, go back to bent knees. Yeah, good. Last thing here, weight in your fingertips. Awesome. And you can step or hop forward to the top of the mat. Exhale, forward fold. First one, feet hip distance apart. Shorten the feet a little bit. Draw the balls of the feet closer to the heels. Pick up all 10 toes. See that your arches are lifting inside, outside, and then bring all 10 toes back to the ground. Release your head. You might even give yourself a little neck massage. You could take your hands just right along the muscles, run alongside the neck. Give yourself a little massage. And then release your arms to the ground. Yeah, good. And then as you're ready, bend your knees generously again. Send that happy tail back. Inhale, half lift with airplane arms and bent knees. And just pause there for a moment. Broad across the collarbones, just like your cobra. And then exhale, fold forward, round your spine. Just 2 more times. Inhale, building slowly. Inhale, half lift, bent knees. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, bent knee half lift, pause, hold. Yeah, looks good, you guys. Nice. So just notice that the hands are going back kind of like that. So lower the hands and lift the shoulders instead. Yeah, that was good, Liz. Breathing there. So strong through your legs. Inhale, dive into the sky, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart or down at your sides. We'll do our morning flow, building slowly. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, side bend right, any amount. Good. Inhale, center. Exhale, side bend left. Keep that right foot grounded. Awesome. Inhale, center. Your choice, cactus or arms straight with a back bend. Hug your shoulder blades. Inhale, reach out. Get long. Exhale, bow forward, touch the ground. Inhale, step back to your plank pose. And optional flow, it's chaturanga or your belly. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. You're doing awesome. And exhale, your choice, either puppy pose or down dog. You always get to pick. If you want to skip the vinyasa, you can do your cat cow there or child's pose instead. Breathing. Yeah, and then check in. Weight in your fingertips. tail up and back, like they're opposing energies, lengthening your spine. Yeah, and then release the head a little bit, Elky, ears between. Yeah, exactly. Good. And when you're ready, bend your knees, lift your gaze, step or hop forward to your top of the mat. Exhale, fold forward, use your legs. Inhale all the way to standing through your half lift. Exhale, hands to your heart or down at your sides. Just pause for a moment, feel your feet. Notice your breath. And let's do that one more time and add on. Inhale, take your arms up, reach up. Exhale, side bend right, left foot stays super grounded. Inhale back to the center. Exhale, side bend the other way. Awesome. Inhale, center. Your choice, arms straight, harder, bend, a little more spacious. And exhale. Bow forward, touch the ground. Inhale, step back to your plank pose. Exhale, shift forward. Exhale, chaturanga or your belly. Good. Inhale, up dog or cobra. And exhale, your choice, down dog or puppy pose. Enjoy your breath. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale. Okay, good. Let's do a tiny bit of opening of our hips more before we do some standing poses. So go ahead and come down into your tabletop. And you guys know with me, if I say open, that also means strengthen first. So we'll do strengthening first and then opening after. So this time in our tabletop, let's keep it nice and short. You can bring your toenails side down and your feet all the way together. And we're going to do this inhale in that position. Keep your weight out in your fingertips like we did. And then take your right leg up to 90. Yeah. And then exhale, lower it down. Okay. So let's just do that one more time. When you take your leg, it's out to the side. Again, like we did lying down, take a look. And back off your foot a little bit and lift your knee more. Yeah, and then exhale, lower it down. Let's do 3 more. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lower it down. Yeah, you're doing great. Don't drop the head. Inhale. And exhale. And last time, inhale, lift it up and hold just a couple of breaths. If you want to, oh, Elke's going to hit the wall. You could try moving that leg towards straight. That's cheating. No, I'm just kidding. Breathing there. Okay, good. And then bend it. And let's take the right knee forward towards the right wrist. We're going to take our 90-90. So sit off to the side. And then you're going to touch your back thigh to meet your front foot. So it looks like a Z. So option 1 is a Z. That's much easier on the hips. A little harder. You make it more like 90-90. Okay, good. And from all of that, press down through your foundation. Twist towards the front knee, and your hands are going to be just like they were in your puppy pose, but now diagonal, right? So off to the side and breathe there. So there's definitely muscle energy here, you guys. You're pressing down the outer inner feet. You're pressing down both knees, and you're pressing down into your hands, fingertips. Breathe there. And then find some softness through neck and shoulders. Yeah, good. So you can kind of envision that front leg is a little bit like it would be in a warrior 2 or a side angle. Same kind of action of pressing your knee down into the floor. Okay, awesome. And then go ahead and walk your hands back in, tuck your legs a little closer. Come forward, you can step yourself back. And then in the transitions are always your choice in the morning, right? Shift forward, you can flow, you can rest, you can cat-cow. We'll meet up in the back of the mat, either down dog or puppy pose. Smooth breath. Okay, good. And let's go ahead and come on down to our knees. You have that blanket there if you want for padding. Bring your shins and toes all the way together. Okay, awesome. Weight out in your fingertips. If it bothers your wrists, come to your forearms. Inhale, lift your left leg. Let's take a look first time. So often what you see is kind of foot up, knee down. So foot goes down, knee goes up, and then engage your core. Yeah, and then exhale, lower back down. Inhale, lift it up. You can try pointing your toes for this one, you guys. Not like hardcore. You don't want to cramp your feet, but a little bit of a point and just see what that feels like. Yeah, good. So it's more about the hip and less about the lower leg. Breathing. Yeah, you're doing awesome. Okay, next time we lift, let's hold. Cool. If you want this time now, you can go out to the side. Breathe. Whew, it's hard. And then come back through the center. Left knee toward your outer left wrist. Sit over on your left bum. And then tuck your back thigh in until it touches the ball of your front foot. That's option one. Option two, more like a 90 pose, 90-degree angles. Okay. Twist. Take a breath. And arms forward. So press down your pinky toe, big toe side of the feet, and also press down both knees, right? So really press with your muscles in your mind, your left knee down into the ground. Yeah, and then soften neck, shoulders, breath. Good. And when you feel ready, when it feels even, come on back, walk your hands in. Might help to tuck your feet a little closer, tip over, optional flow or not, right? So those are your choices based on your foundation of what's important right now. Yeah, movement or stillness. Awesome. Okay, good. And when you're ready, we'll meet up at the top of the mat. Bend your knees, lift your gaze, step or hop forward to your hands. Exhale, fold forward. So this time, wherever your blocks are, let's bring them to the front corners of the mat in case you want them. You may or may not need them, but just nice for the transitions. So if you have a hard time, sometimes, all things are happening. So if it's hard to step back into a lunge, the blocks just give you more space, right? So I'll demonstrate with the blocks. You don't have to use them. If you're using blocks, though, you want them to be right to the outside of your ankles. I like medium height to start because they're more stable. So when you're ready, inhale, take your left leg back, way back until your right knee is over your right ankle. And then just slide your blocks back, Allison, so that they're like right along. Yeah, exactly. Okay, good. So let's just do like we did lying down. Check out with your back foot what's happening. Look back there. Get on the ball of your left foot. Engage your left thigh. Breathe. And now come up onto your fingertips and lengthen your spine. Yeah, awesome. Okay, good, you guys. Smooth breath. So we're going to keep all this, the power in the back leg, the front knee tracking, spin your back foot down about 45 to 90, your choice. And then we're going to come on up, warrior two. Awesome. And yeah, let's turn the palms facing up. Bend your elbows like you have, what's the most delicious thing I can think of right now? Maybe a pineapple sounds really good. So you can imagine you're holding two really heavy pineapples or pumpkins, whatever you want, in your hands. And let that kind of create some muscle energy up in your upper body. And then move the arms towards straight, but keep that energy. Option to gaze forward. Move. Yeah, awesome, you guys. You're doing great. Yeah, your foundation is solid. Okay, good. And then let's straighten the front leg. Parallel your feet, hands on hips. Inhale, we'll pause and hold for a couple of breaths. So we're going to just work on the neck shoulder thing. Float them up. Roll the elbows back. So sometimes when we do that, then we push the ribs forward. So then just let your rib cage move back, but keep your shoulders and head back too. Breathe there. And then as you exhale, keep all that. Bow forward. Release your head towards the floor. Option to keep your hands on your hips or bring them to the ground. And I don't know, for some of you like to interlace the hands and take them overhead. But choose the one that feels best in that neck shoulder area. Yeah. Good. Yeah, I love seeing like options. And again, you can release your head, keeps lots of weight in your heels and toes. And micro bend the elbows if you tend to lock them out. Yeah, good. Beautiful. Inhale, just come halfway up. Walk your hands around to the front. And again, your transition of choice. You can step back and flow or skip it or cat-cow. Right, always the same options. You can add organic movement to your cat-cow too, whatever one feels best. Beautiful. Okay, good. And then when you're ready, bend your knees, lift your gaze. Let's step or hop forward to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold forward. If you're using blocks, bring them right alongside your ankles. And then inhale, step your right leg back. Big, huge step to a low lunge. Okay, nice job. All right, let's just, again, adjust the blocks as needed. Take a quick look at your back leg. So try not to be just on the toes. Since we're talking about foundation, feel the ball of the foot too. And then really feel that that leg is active. Keep that and then come forward on fingertips. Yeah, that looks good. Breathing there, nice. Yeah. And then we're going to keep the front knee as it is. We're going to spin the back foot down 45 to 90. Keep that grounded quality and come on up, warrior two. Yeah. Turn the palms facing up. Bend the elbows. Activate your hands. And then extend your arms out. Breathe, option to gaze forward. Just kind of like beyond your fingertips. As you exhale, really feel the back right foot. One more breath. And then move that front leg towards straight, parallel your feet, pick up all 10 toes, hands on hips, little pause. So here, let's do this actually. So either hands on hips or there's space, you can interlace your hands behind your back and then take them over to the right hip and let your right ear come towards your right shoulder. And then back to the center, hands to left hip, or hands just back there is okay too. And then right ear, right shoulder. Okay, good. And then back to the center and exhale, forward, fold forward, wide leg fold, prostrate Padottanasana. Yeah. And again, you can keep the same arms or switch them up. You can use a block under your head if it's close. Yep, good. Breathe. You can even let there be, if your head is not on the ground, you can let there be a tiny bit of movement. If you bring your hands to the floor, you can kind of like go a little side to side. That's not so great if your neck is on, your head's on the ground because it's a little tension on your neck, right? But you get to pick. And then from all positions, let's inhale, half lift. Walk your hands around to the front. This time, let's step forward. Inhale, back leg meets front. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale all the way to standing. Reach up to the sky. Exhale, hands to your heart, or down at your sides. Breathe. Okay, good. So let's try our pose that we did lying down. You can grab a wall if that's useful. You also have blocks at the top of the mat if that's helpful. So let's just zip up the foundation a tiny bit. So when we're standing, I like to do that whole thing. I know it feels so weird. Shorten your feet. So that means kind of manually like try to move the balls of the feet closer to your heels. Pick up all 10 toes. Okay, and release. Oh yeah, let's do this. Okay, can't take ourselves too seriously. So let's do one quick funny thing, which we've done in the past, but it's been a little while. So what I want you to do is pick up your big toes only. Breathe. And if your hands do lots of funny things, that's normal. And then put that big toe down. Okay, let the party get started. Pick up all 8 toes, but push your big toes down. Okay, and then release that. Okay, you get a pumpkin. I'll give you a pumpkin. Do the next one. So you pick down your big toe, little toe, and you pick up your middle 6 toes. Big toe, little toe, middle 6 toes are lifted. Yeah, oh, Shauna wins the pumpkin. Okay, and release. And shake out your feet. Okay. Yeah. So I feel like that's a PT thing too. It's really like, because the muscles are really important, right? They travel up your inner outer legs and all the good stuff. Okay. So we don't have to do that, but we're going to feel that kind of connection with your right foot. So if you tend to lock out your knee, keep it a little bent. You don't actually have to lift up the middle toes, but feel that kind of energy through your big toe, small toe mound, and then start to lift your left heel. Okay, good. You can always grab a post. Inhale, lift that leg up, breathe. Option one here. If you want, take hold of that outer ankle for a moment, or outer heel rather, breathe. And then you can place that foot anywhere along your thigh, as long as it's above the knee. If that's not working, tree pose is always there for you, right? So pick the height that feels good. Then if there's okay, release your arms. And then remember how we did lying down. Option to take your arms out, T, A, or overhead, and breathe. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale. Yeah, beautiful. Good, nice. Okay, if we want to add the fold, we can. Send your tail back, your happy dog tail back, bow forward. You can use your arms for balance here, or hands to blocks. This time you could turn them high because you're just using them for a little bit of support. And stretch your outer hip and enjoy your breath. Like we did lying down, but maybe a little harder. Breathing. Yeah, awesome, you guys, really good. Okay, and then from there, strong through your glutes. Inhale, come back basically to your half lift shape in your spine. And then inhale, take your left knee back up towards the sky. And exhale, lower it down. Inhale, flip your shoulders up. And exhale back and down. And yeah, we'll just do the other side. So get that left foot super grounded, shorten the foot. Imagine you're going to lift up your middle three toes and then go ahead and lift your right knee up. Yeah, good option for the wall. One option is there, or take hold of your heel and really flex the foot. Remember how we did lying down? So then it only comes as high as it will come without turning your ankle. And when you feel stable, then arms out or up. Yeah, and if you can, try flexing that right foot as best you can to the outside of the thigh. Yeah. And then last thing, long. Remember that long feeling in our waist, and then hinge forward. Option for arms out or hands on floor or blocks. And breathe. Yeah. Beautiful. Nice. And then save that little bit of breath. Come up halfway, lift, long spine, all the way upright. You could lift your right knee. Good. And then exhale, forward fold. Touch the ground. Inhale, step back, plank. Optional flow in the middle or cat-cow as you wish. Enjoy your breath. Take your time. Yeah, good. Okay, nice. So in our down dog, let's just do a little, again, review, lots of weight in your fingertips. It's okay. Let's actually all do it. And then I'll give you options to straighten your legs. So let's start with both knees bent, both heels lifted. So you have that really long spine. Keep your bottom left leg bent, heel high, and then lift your right knee also bent towards the sky. So you're in that double bent three-legged dog, right? But the legs are active, arms are straight. Option to roll your right knee towards the sky, but keep your bottom left one bent. Open up your hip like we did when we were tabletop. And then if there's still room, you could now move one or both legs towards straight, but your top ankle is in line with your top hip. Breathing there. Yeah, so you can roll the right hip open, you guys, towards the long wall, but just keep your arms strong and straight. Yeah, good. Beautiful. And then take that right leg all the way forward between your hands. If that transition's tough, don't be shy to grab the blocks. step the right leg forward between the hands. So you don't have to use the block. They're just there. Okay, good. One more time. We're going to go to side angle. Spin your back foot down 45 to 90. Bring your front arm onto your thigh. And then let's just check out the foundation. Toes forward. Look at your back leg. It's roughly heel to heel or heel to arch. Then bring your top hand on your ribs. Keep your bottom knee pointing forward and start to rotate your torso without taking the knee. And then you can take your top arm to the sky. Option to stay there or slide your right hand down on the inside of your right ankle. And you might bring it onto the block or you might bring it onto the floor. Good. Smooth breath. Imagine, you guys, 1 or 2 more breaths here, that you're pressing your top left hand onto the wall in front of you, not behind you, and use that sort of internal resistance to rotate your rib cage more. So it's more ribs, less shoulder. Yeah. Awesome. And then turn to face the earth. You can flow through, step back, down dog, slow, or child's pose. Enjoy your breath. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale. Yeah, good. Doing awesome. Slow and steady, option for modification, adaptation, unique awareness and expression. Okay, let's meet back in our down dog. When you're ready, you can actually kind of do it in a puppy pose too. Lots of weight out in your fingertips. Bend both knees generously. Lift your heels. And then in that double bent leg, lift your three-legged dog, lift your left leg up. So that's option 1. Option 2, start to keep all that and just turn your left knee towards the sidewall. Option to stay there or straighten one or both legs. Breathe. Yeah. Awesome. Long torso on the right, you guys. Yeah. And then take that leg all the way forward between your hands. Pause there, breathe, with or without your blocks. Bend your back heel down and bring your front forearm onto your front thigh. So just pausing along the way, check out your foundation. Feel that front foot. Bring your top arm onto your ribs. Breathe. And then start to turn your torso without taking the knee with you. It's okay to just stay there, right? Breathe. Long. There's space, top arm could come to the sky. Imagine you're pressing it on the wall in front of you as you rotate. And if there's more room, that bottom arm can come to the floor, the block on the inside of the leg for today. Good. You're doing great. Check in with your breathing. Long, spacious torso. Strong, open hips. Relax neck and shoulders. Okay, good. And turn to face the earth. Inhale, step back. Let's take a little shoulder interlude. Lower your knees. Option for padding. Bring your blocks to the front, medium height. And then elbows on your blocks. And for today, let's do the chill one. So I like knees, for the chill one, I like my knees a little forward. So it's more like a child's pose. You can see how you feel. Bring your hands to that same space around your trapezius muscles, right around your neck. And give yourself a little massage. Or just let your hands rest one on top of the other, like just kind of at the top between the shoulder blades. Exactly. Yeah, that's right. Good. And any other arm variation that feels nice, you guys, right? It should feel good. Smooth breath. Awesome. And then when you're ready, bring your hands back down onto the ground. Enjoy a few breaths. Let's take a few cat-cows together. Weight in fingertips and shins. Inhale as you create a back bend. Exhale as you round and spread your shoulder blades apart. Smooth breaths. And when you're ready, let's meet in the middle. We're gonna do one final standing sequence. You guys got this. Lift your hips, long torso. Step or hop your feet forward to the top of the mats. This time, so you can use the wall again if you desire. And I'm going to give you lots of options, but you don't have to do the leg part, right? So we're going to come into a little baby chair pose, Utkarasana. You can bring your hands to your heart. Okay, so let's come up pretty high. Like we're just like, it's the tiniest chair pose ever. So from there, take your arms wide and cross your right one over your left and give yourself a hug. Option one is here. It's okay. It feels nice, right? Breathe. Option two, you can bring the backs of the hands together or the palms together. And then you can stay here, or you can start to lift your left leg, heel up, heel over, flexed, or behind. All right, so you get to pick. Breathing wherever you are. Yeah, good. Yep. Your knees go down. Let your buttocks blossom a little bit and then lengthen your torso. Yeah, you're doing great. Okay, awesome. And then from there, uncross, left leg on top of right and forward fold, release. And once again, if there's something you like to do with your head, if you feel steady, you could kind of just give yourself a little neck massage, hold opposite shoulders. Elbows, and breathe. Good. And then uncross your legs, wide leg forward. I mean, just, hip distance apart, forward fold. Let's go up this time differently. Bend your knees, slowly roll up. Put the shoulders up and back. Breathe. Let's bring the feet closer together again. They could touch or be hip distance is fine. And then that little tiny chair pose. So we do not want to tuck the tailbone in chair pose. So you want to let your thighs go back. And then you want the ribs in, but you don't want your low back flat. That creates a lot of pain back there over time. So it's okay to do it in core class, but in normal posture, we want thighs back, ribs in, and a little bit of a gap here. You can take your arms wide. And then bring your left arm over your right. And breathe. Option to stay there or backs of the hands or palms together. If you want, if it's useful, then right leg can go on top of the left one. Yeah, good. Breathe. Beautiful. Yeah, and you can use your block, get creative with it, right? It's okay. Awesome, eagles. And then from there, go ahead and bring that top foot on the ground and bow forward. So again, if that doesn't feel good on your pelvis or hips, uncross your legs, no big deal. If you want like even more chill torso, if it works out, you could even let your forearms rest onto the tops of your blocks. That presumes some, degree of flexibility in a long torso. Breathing there. Okay, awesome. And then from there, let's uncross the legs. And I'm going to ask you to come to seated as gracefully as you can, however you want. So I might suggest bring a shin down, bring your other shin down, and then just sit back. Okay. All right, awesome. So yeah, let's bring our legs out in front. So this is why we have the blanket, you guys. So when you come into this position, this is that whole tailbone tucking thing. So if you're here and you feel it's a bit like, usually it kind of looks like that, right? Like a little bit, tailbone's going that way. I mean, sacrum's going that way. So what we need to do is parallel the feet, bend the knees, and pull so that the space here comes in, right? So also what I like to do is kind of just wiggle side to side until the flatus, so the buttocks kind of is out of the way. If you still feel like that's hard, just grab your blanket, no big deal, and sit on it. Okay. Okay. So what's going to happen now is we're going to move the legs towards straight and breathe. Okay, good. So in that position, let's bring our hands behind us because it just gives you a little bit of like oomph. So hands can come like out wide and breathe. Yeah, and then just let your chin lift a little and long, like through the neck. Okay, awesome, you guys. So I'm gonna give you lots of choices in this particular pose. So I want you to honor your hips, knees. So we're gonna take that right leg like we did earlier. If you can, grab your outer heel. So one option is gonna be on the inside of the leg, Janu Shirshasana, like a tree pose. Next option is gonna be our figure four, like we did earlier. Next option is gonna be taking that leg all the way across, a bit like we did in Garuda, to the outside like that. So that's called half Gomukhasana. But in that one, let your knee as much as you can go down. Yeah, so you're like tucking in. Okay, so you guys can do that on your right side. Yep, good, everybody. Breathe. You get to pick tree, figure four, or Garuda. All right, so from any of those poses, lengthen your torso, take a big breath in. Do exhale, left hand to right somewhere, knee or whatever you can reach. And then draw in with your arm and down with your thigh. So it's like you're pressing down with your muscles and then twist towards the side wall. Smooth breath. And then untwist and start to bow forward. So hinging at your hips, walk your fingers forward. If it's really tricky, you have blocks close by, you can put your hands on blocks, right? Okay. And then you can go forward, 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 any amount. And breathe. Yeah. Good. Yeah, exactly. So each inhale, it's just this, like the little internal movement. It's like your ribs, like they're going forward. Exactly. Okay, awesome, you guys. And then come on up, uncross. Let's wiggle it out. So bend your knees and windshield wiper. Yeah, good. You guys hanging in there? Everybody okay? It gets quiet when you get to the seated forward folds with hips. You're like, whoa, what's happening? Okay. So I want to implore you not to feel like using props. I know Misty's so good at this. It's like they are here to help, right? They're like good friends. They're like good friends. They are here to help, right? Like there is no shame in having good friends. Like that's the best thing in the world, right? So props are like awesome. So don't be shy. Like call upon your friends for help, right? Like I'm still working on that. It's like a lifelong lesson, right? Ask for help when you need it and give help when you can. Right. So our friends are the props right now. So if you're like, wow, that was really intense, I wasn't breathing, then you sit up higher. Okay. So let's do the other side. Okay. So sitting up tall, shoulders back. Move the legs towards straight. I almost forgot what side. So then from there, let's go ahead and take that other leg. You're going to take your heel and here you get to pick again, right? Does it go to 90? Does it go across? If it's crossed, it's all the way across, right? Your ankle is not sickling or turning to the side. And then if there's more space, it can come all the way over. Not really half lotus, instead like this half Gomukhasana shape. Yeah, awesome, you guys. Sit up tall, toes to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, twist left. Yeah, nice, Gary. Breathing there. And then from that place, please go ahead and untwist. And bow forward any amount, hands on ground, or again, blocks. And each inhale, again, the ribs are kind of dragging forward as much as they will. Smooth breathing. Yeah, good. Nice. And when you're ready, inhale, come on up. Final time. Let's just take our legs side to side. Breathe. Do one little final counter pose before we go to the ground. So you can parallel your feet and place your hands behind you. Again, and foundation is really important. I like thumbs for this one, pointing straight ahead. There's lots of options, but that's kind of the middle path for me. Shoulders go back, arm bones go back, and then you widen out across your collarbones. So option one is here. Feels nice, breathe. Option two, ground down into the feet, the foundation, and lift up your hips into a tabletop. If it feels okay, face and ribs become parallel to the sky. And then as you're ready, come down tailbone first, again, untucked, and then slowly lower all the way down onto your back. And a few deep breaths. So in that position, I think it would feel nice to take a bridge pose because it's kind of softly going the other way. You can take a traditional bridge or supported bridge with a block. Okay, so parallel your feet, lift up your hips. You can keep your arms relaxed in an A shape. You could take hold of the edges of your yoga mat and again, widen out across your collarbones like we just did in tabletop, reverse tabletop, or interlace the hands behind the back. And breathe there. Smooth inhale, smooth exhale. Yeah. Good. Really feel your foundation, whether you're supported or not, like that super grounded quality, center of the heel, big toe, small toe mound, and your shoulders. Tops of your arm bones are so heavy. Good. And then from all positions, you can come on down to the ground, remove your block if you're supported. Knees can fall either together or apart like we started. And then it's that time in class, you get to pick any one final pose you like at the end. You could take a spinal twist or an upside down pose or whatever feels good in your body. You could stay exactly where you are, supported, Supta Baddha Konasana. So if you're on one side, you can do the other side. If you're done, then we're going to make our way to Shavasana. No rush, in the next 5 breaths or so. And you have all these props around you, which you can use if you want, right? Blanket. If you have neck discomfort, you could place the blanket just really lightly underneath. You could do a little fold, under your head, exactly. And then you can also use it underneath your knees or on top of you, whatever is going to kind of give you that extra support. Yeah. Good. And then as you start to relax, notice again what parts of the body are in contact with the floor. And you might exhale deeply and let those places get really heavy and supported. And just let the front of the body relax into that back body that's supported. And when you feel ready, you can let go of your breath. Really allow or invite your body to breathe on its own as it does. some time, please enjoy. Again, a nice long exhale and inhale. Any movement that feels good in the body. When you feel ready, you can bend your knees and roll to one side. And as you make your way to a comfortable seat again, don't be shy to call upon your friends. So you can let your hands rest as they are in your lap or bring your palms together at your heart space. Just chant one soft om together. So exhale completely. Inhale slowly. Namaste. Hey, thank you. Yeah, thank you.